y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Candace Owens goes absolutely nuclear on these ridiculous woke elitists in enemy territory.
I don't want to partake in any of that. We're just ending a weekend where 71 black people were shot in Chicago, 13 of them killed, and we're not talking about that. Instead, we're talking about old
We're going to talk about all that. You have a problem.
No, we're not. I have a problem that we're doing wall-to-wall coverage on two
with who you're appearing on this.
No, I don't have a problem
Candace,
with him.
you have a problem with who you're appearing on this segment with?
I'm actually respectfully saying to him that we should both decline tearing apart the black community for the sake of television. And because MSNBC always invites me on to do that, I am declining to do so when our community is mourning the 71 people that were shot over the weekend. We need to stop this warfare and come together and talk about things that matter. And what is going on in Chicago is a bigger topic and should be a bigger topic on this network than what Trump said 18 years ago, and whether or not it means that people change over 18 years, which, shocker guys, they do.
Well, I'm going to have the professor respond, but I have to respond on behalf of myself. You knew what you were invited to discuss, and we're happy you're here. It's very important to me in this show that we have these conversations and invite a lot of people of all perspectives. If there's a problem with that, I think you knew what the invite was to begin with. Professor Dyson, your thoughts?
But she's right. You can't acknowledge the fact that she's right. And this is the core of what Candace Owens wants. She wants what's best for the black community, and that's why she's conservative. It's a funny dichotomy, and I'll explain it a little bit more later, but man, what Candace Owens does next is absolutely spectacular.
We've seen the resurgence of an attempt to nullify and destroy that black vote. We've seen attempts to somehow circumnavigate around black political citizenry and agency. So all I'm saying is, if we're concerned about black people, we've got to be concerned about poverty, inequality, lack of access to education, plus the kinds of sorts of violence that we see directed toward black people in this country.
Great way
Candace,
to end the
go
conversation. Ahead. Sorts of violence as being directed towards black people. Am I black? I'm curious if I'm black, because I'm a black conservative, and I am not hearing anything that is said about the fact that about 25 white Democrats assembled to kick me out of a restaurant yesterday, to throw water and to throw eggs at me because I am a conservative that supports Donald Trump. The very same Donald Trump, okay? The very same Donald Trump that has not Obama. Obama did not do this. It's because President Trump has been slashing regulations, and it has brought this economy to a place it has never been at, okay? We have unemployment that's an all-time low for both women. You brought up women, you brought up gays, you brought up black people. Unemployment is at an all-time low across the board.
Not only is she right again, did you catch that? For some reason, this the professor throws in the word Mexicans. Why? It's an attempt to shift off of the subject, to which Candace Owens is winning. And it does not end well for her.
Blacks were attacked yesterday, okay? And they were attacked because they support Donald Trump. Black support for Donald Trump has doubled since this time last year. You guys can try to pretend that he is pushing in a racist era in this country, when in fact we know the Democrats are the racists, have always been the racists. The parties never switched, and you should know this as a civil rights person. You know the history.
All right, there is a lot to unpack here, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible, because being pithy is a good idea, you know. So, like I said, Candace Owens wants what's best for the black community, and that's why she's conservative. And that's why she has been able to go on these crusades. There we go, that's a lot better. She's able to go on this crusade and call out the media, call out the intelligentsia of the black community, like this professor. By the way, if you look at his facial expressions the whole time, you can pinpoint exactly where he realizes, uh-oh, she's right, and we can't admit it. The black community obviously wants certain policy goals, and Candace Owens is thinking, maybe we're asking the wrong questions. And so she approaches things from a conservative perspective, which is exactly what happened to Clarence Thomas and Thomas Sowell. And they are both 100% correct. They realize that the policy goals of the Democrats weren't matching the actual problems of their communities. And this makes Candace Owens, who shares a lot of their similar beliefs, makes her a prime target for multiple reasons. Because these leftists get so triggered by what she has to say that they have to throw her out of restaurants, they bar her from speaking, they hate Candace with a burning passion, because she isn't just a fly in the ointment. She is proof positive that their narrative is wrong and it's breaking, and it's about to get even worse for them. So if you want to trigger liberals like this, go over to my friends over at basebuy.shop, check out their merchandise, and show the world how conservative you really are. And this video is a little bit older, but it has more relevance today, because if you follow guys like Shaney Risch, you'll notice that people on the ground, people in the black community that aren't plugged into the news cycle, they are feeling the pains of Democrat policies, and they are just mad as hornets, and I don't blame them one bit, because we have a migrant problem. We do, and it's taking away resources from the black community. And they know that there's one guy and one party that's saying, maybe these migrants, having all of them hurt our local resources, is not a smart thing to do. Democrats do not want to hear this, and the one candidate that's talking about it is obviously Donald Trump, and there's a good chance that that's going to be the end around for him to win in 2024. The black community is mad, Candace Owens is correct, and the one guy that's helping them address some of their problems is Donald Trump. Do the math. That's why that's why the media are so mad at people like Candace, because she's breaking the narrative, and it is about time. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politburo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.